It is my pleasure to introduce now today's commencement speaker. Each year at commencement, we look for someone that we can place before our graduates who can bring some wisdom before you, but also act as a role model for you. Today's speaker holds a Bachelor of Science degree from Athens State University, so she is one of us, and has been working in information technology and engineering services for more than 25 years. She founded and currently serves as President and CEO of Athens Systems Incorporated, an information technology and engineering services company serving both government and commercial clients. She was elected the 2015 Small Business Administration Small Business Person of the Year for the state of Alabama. She has previously worked at Intergraph Corporation, McDonnell Douglas, and SAIC Corporation. Students, honored guests, family, and friends, I am pleased to introduce to you today's commencement speaker, Ms. Donna Coleman.
Good morning, graduates. Doesn't seem all that long ago that I was sitting in your spot, but it has been 23 years. So I want to thank Athens State University for what they brought to me. Thank Dr. Glenn for this opportunity and the administration for allowing me to speak today and inviting me to this, what I know is going to be a great event for you. I'm not sure that I'm worthy of this, so it is a new normal for me, and when I finish, you'll understand what that means. But I will say that I remember everything about my college graduation except the commencement speaker. So I'm not expecting you to remember me today, but I do hope that there are a few nuggets of wisdom that I can share on your journey, except for Mr. Ray, who should be taking notes. I'm extremely honored to speak. So I was asked to provide some inspiration, and some gleans into my past that might be considered success. So I say, well, what is success? Who draws the line in the sand that says, when you get there, you're successful? What is success? I believe that and what is greatness? I believe they're both individually and are unique attributes of individuals. So in this context, great is of ability, quality, eminence, considerably above normal or average. So who defines normal or average? I believe that we each have our own interpretation of normal and average. So what is considered to be successful? For one individual, it may simply be normal or average for another. So graduates, ask yourselves, what is your definition of being successful? After today, what do you want to accomplish? So what's going to be your definition of successful? I believe this is specific to each one of you. You should each seek to define your own success by maximizing your abilities and qualities and pushing yourselves to exceed beyond your normal. Today, this is beyond my normal, I'm just going to tell you. And just because your normal may be different from someone else's, it doesn't diminish its value or importance. Success is a feeling of contentment, a feeling of ability to influence positive activities, a feeling of self-worth, and accomplishments that we share with others around us. My own journey started as a teenager, where my own decisions were influenced by my personal environment, choices, and a series of events that led me to become a teen mom. At that moment, no longer was I a free-spirited teen waiting on graduation to leave for college to find myself, but rather I was a teen wife and mother who had been catapulted into survival mode. A few years later, when things further changed in my life, I became a single mother at the age of 23. I determined that what I really wanted and what success was for me was to become self-sufficient. This is the time when Athens State became an integral part of my future and my abilities to become self-sufficient. I was a non-traditional student at Athens. It took me 10 years to get my bachelor's degree. As I look out towards these graduates, Many of you are non-traditional. Many of you have served in the military, and I thank you for your service. Many of you have walked similar paths that I've walked. So today I challenge you to find your new normal. This is a time when, graduates, today you hold the key in your hand, and it's the component to your future success. Once I became self-sufficient, my focus on continuing to strive to advance beyond my new normal, it is what I believe is why I'm here speaking to you today. My husband says I don't have a normal. He says tomorrow's always a new normal. But what I strive to do is to learn each day something new and to challenge myself to be better tomorrow than I was yesterday. So graduates, most likely, if you haven't already, you will find that it's usually at your lowest point when you will find and set your own personal goals, which will ultimately turn into your own personal greatness. Through experience, I learned that I didn't want to own my success to be defined by my lowest point, which was simply the necessity to survive. But rather, I wanted it to be defined by my own ability to overcome the challenges and move beyond normal. Every single day, I'm searching to learn something new. Graduates, I challenge you to do the same. I've been very, very blessed to have a wonderful, supportive husband, family, friends, community, some of which are here today that I didn't know was going to be, cheering me on, as they always are, and I continue to reach beyond my normal. So I'm very grateful for each and every one of them. Be grateful for each and every person that's in your life today that has helped you get to this point in your journey, because this is just the beginning. So I want to tell you a story as I close my comments to you. When I graduated, I was much like you, working, going to school, juggling everything, juggling family. And I had built a relationship through my work with a couple of friends who lived in Orange County, California. They were actually customers of ours. They followed me through my entire college quest and journey. And it just so happened that the last day of my school, the last exam was at 9 a.m. in the morning. And at 1 o'clock that day, I got on a plane to go to the county of Orange, California, to see these two individuals. Now, I was all geared up to celebrate from here to California. And so I get on the first leg to Dallas, and there is no one sitting beside me. Well, you just can't celebrate by yourself. Now, granted, this is 23 years ago, and I don't think there's any flights today that have an empty seat, but I sat by myself from here to Dallas. So I'm sitting here pondering. From Dallas all the way to California, there was this petite little Oriental lady sitting beside me, so adorable, could not speak a stitch of English. And she just smiled and nodded to me when I asked her her name. And so I think there again, I was sitting by myself all the way to California. But what it did was it gave me the opportunity to reflect. And when I stepped off that plane, I was met with these two wonderful individuals that had followed me down my journey. And they gave me a little box. And in this box was a crystal eagle. And they looked at me and they hugged my neck and they said, "Now you have your wings, you can fly." The name of my company is Athens. Athens is Greek for eagle. I have my wings, I have flown. So graduates today, when you walk across this stage and you pick up that diploma, you have received your wings today. So now you have your wings, eagles. I want to see you fly. Thank you.